Hello everyone, it's Mr. Wiki back again reading more of the Akira files. Welcome to Wattpad Reviews, and I've got my notebook, a computer, and my water bottle. Anyway, so yeah, we're here reading the third chapter of the Akira files. It's called New Guardian. I have nothing else to say, so let's just get into it. New Guardian? Maybe? New Guardian? Kakashi POV. This kid. This kid sure bugs me. I thought debating whether or not I should turn back and hand him over to Izumo and Kotetsu. It's not really necessary that I should have to take him. Then again, it is odd for a kid his age to be traveling alone. I shifted the kid on my shoulder a bit to get more comfortable. Hey, careful! Hey, careful, you pervy old man! That hurt! He said very loudly. Well, if that wasn't irksome, I don't know what was. What is? I'm not an old man. I'm not an old man. I'm 26. Also, you should be careful what you say to me. I might just drop you. What? You're 26? Sorry, your hair made me think you were like 40 or something. Okay, I officially dislike this brat. Dislike this brat. No need to use hate on a child. Hey, Kakashi. Hey. I raised a hand to her. No, wait, no. Hi, Kakashi. Hey. I raised a hand to her, smiling as she handed out fruit to some of the poorer kids in the village. Wow, I thought she was a guy. That's happened a few times. At least some people in the town know respect. They're probably wondering why I have some random kid thrown over my shoulder. This will probably change some people's opinion of me. I sighed. As soon as I get this kid to the Hokage, I'll never have to deal with him again. Akira's POV. So we're back to the real main character's point of view. So this guy's a Junin. Whatever that is. And he's 26. Sorry if I mispronounced that, guys. I'm not really familiar with Naruto, okay? And honestly, I probably shouldn't be reading this if I haven't read too much in Naruto. I haven't really read it, you know? Whatever that is. And he's 26. Well, I wonder what else I can find out about him. Wait a minute. Hold it! I said loudly near his ear. You didn't need to yell in my fucking ear. Now what is it? Well, you corrected me on your age, but you said nothing about the pervy part. And also, who was that lady who you waved to earlier? I asked. Sure, it was none of my business, but I was curious. Well, she was a friend of mine. Okay. I was about to drop the conversation, but once again, he hadn't answered me. Wait a second, you completely avoided the first question. Are you a perv or not? I don't have to answer that. He said while taking out a book to read with his free hand. Uh-huh. A few moments of silence passed between us before I decided to talk some more. Hey. What is it? He asked, his eyes never leaving the page. You're gonna hit something. You're gonna hit something. I replied, mimicking his tone. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. He started up to the stairs up to the Hokage's office. You're gonna drop me and I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna drag you with me. I said while gripping onto his shoulder. Jeez, what a jerk. You're a bit rude. Kakashi POV. What is with this kid? What's with this kid? One second he's insulting me, the next he's clinging on to me like his life depends on it. Why? Hey, kid. The name's Akira, he states defensively. Well, he's not a ninja. There were way too many emotions within that small sentence. Okay, Akira then, I said slowly. I felt as if though I was speaking to a small animal, not a human child, but soothing techniques always seem to work no matter what the species. Okay, Akira then. I was a bit taken back that he didn't rudely call me a kid again. He was being nice. In the short time I'd known him, my mind was not handling this bipolar conversation very well. I was torn from my thoughts when Kakashi asked me a question. Uh, Akira, are you scared of heights by any chance? I froze. I should not have expected he'd catch on, but it was strange for anyone to know or even pay attention to me like this for that matter. How do I react? No. Why do you ask? I tried to calm my rapidly beating heart, but it didn't work. I was sure he could hear it, if not feel it. Really? Because I can feel your nails digging through my vest and into my shoulder. Not to mention your heartbeat is a little faster than normal, or are you always this hyped up? I let out a sigh. I suppose I don't handle heights very well, but I'm not scared of them. Oh, really? He relaxed his grip, and I began to slide off, dangerously close to doing a front flip down the long stairs. Oh, all right. I'm scared. I'm really scared of heights. I dug my nails into his shirt as he smoothly replaced me. No, what? You mean placed me back on his shoulder? I took an uneasy breath. I'd never told anyone about any of my fears, not even my brother. Speaking of, I wonder if he's okay. I felt a stinging in my eye, and the ground became blurry. This was all too new to me, leaving my home so suddenly, these new places, people, and of course, the threat on my life. How was I supposed to deal with it? I'm only 12. What? So yeah, as I read this chapter, this surprised me. Why is a 12-year-old kid got himself kicked out of his own country? Got herself kicked out of her own country. Why a 12-year-old kid, though? I mean, I have no idea. I'm sure he was old. Naruto was older than 12 when the series started. Just a hunch. I know nothing about the series other than seeing a few characters online. As the emotion became larger, the tears rose up, threatening close to being shed. I looked to the sky to get rid of them, or at least stop them from falling. Thank God it worked. If I had started now, I wouldn't have been able to stop. Kakashi's POV. I just kept climbing after... wait, no. Kakashi voice. I just kept climbing after Akira told me the truth. Maybe I went too far. Almost roughing him seemed to have unnerved him quite a bit. I knew that the sooner I had reached him to the top and put him down, the better. He had gone unexpectedly quiet after, and he shifted his weight, so I knew he was looking up to the sky, though asking it to rid him of his fear. But instead he took a shaky breath. It was then I knew he was holding back a tear. He was, after all, still a child. Not long after, though, he resumed his I'm dead position draped across my shoulder. I wonder, should I say anything? Akira's POV. Hey, he started off unsurely. We all have fears. It's okay, you know. I looked at him just as he turned his head and smiled. I couldn't help it. I gave a small smile in return. It was weird, yet it felt natural having this complete stranger come for me. Maybe it was because he tried even though he didn't really know what to do. Normally, the one who comforted me was my brother, and yet this guy had done it and made it seem easy. I kept smiling as I resumed my hunted deer position and lost myself in thought. Maybe this Kakashi guy wasn't so bad, even if he was a pervert. I mean, once again, I have not read or watched Naruto, but doesn't Kakashi, put two fingers up Naruto's ass one time? I don't know. It's called, I don't know, something years of pain? I don't know, okay? I felt myself being shifted out of my position and onto the ground. I felt a hand on my head and promptly brushed it off. I looked up at Kakashi, who walked past me and continued to walk towards one of the doors in the hallway. Come on. Come on. You have to see the Hokage before being a part of the village. He yelled from the other end of the hall. Suddenly I was feeling pretty nervous. If the Hokage person didn't like me, I would have to leave again. I wonder if they would give me food first. I shook my head before yelling back to Kakashi, Coming! Kakashi's POV. Why are you backtracking? Back when he decided to comfort her. As soon as I said those words, I looked back at him and smiled. The miraculous thing is, he smiled right back. It was a hesitant smile, but one that showed thanks. It was kind of cute. In a way, showing that he's probably not a brat. Though if I give it a minute, he'll probably be back to insulting me. That'd probably be best. I can't get attached after all. He's annoying, and the moment I drop him off with the Hokage, I'll never deal with him again. I felt him laying back into his I'm dead position, and I kept climbing. At the top, I picked him off my shoulder. Whoa. Jesus. I really hate... Does this happen to any other of you guys? An ad pops up in another tab. I really hate it when that happens. Is it common? Or am I, being attacked by a virus? I don't know. Okay, so where was I? He didn't seem surprised in the slightest. Odd. I placed my hand on his head only to have it immediately brushed off. I chuckled and walked down the hallway. I was at the end before I noticed he wasn't following me. Come on, you have to see the Hokage before being a part of the village. I saw him hesitate before answering. He seemed nervous for some reason. He doesn't seem like a shy kid, but I suppose anyone would be nervous when their future may be on the line. He's pretty daring, though. The Hokage may be in for a shock. He had no idea who I was, and yet insulted me, and even after he found out my level, he didn't care. Why is he nervous now? Is it because the Hokage is a higher rank than me? Or is it because the Hokage is more of a substantial position? There's only one of him and numerous Junin. I was snapped from my thoughts as the rush of footsteps reached my ear. Coming! Coming! He called, rushing down the hall. Finally, here he comes. I looked over, and Akira was already by my side. I smiled to myself. He was fast, but Genin are faster. Akira's POV. I walked through the door, following after Kakashi. I couldn't see anyone because I was behind him, but I could see that we were in a circular room with scrolls along either side. Kakashi, what is it? I heard a tired old voice ask Kakashi. I mean, should I give him my Kraden voice? I don't know. It doesn't feel the same vibe as Kraden. I peeked around Kakashi to see an old man with funny clothes and a funny hat. His face was kind, but not a frown line in sight. All of the wrinkles showed some hidden amusement. He noticed me, and then a look of surprise crossed his face as he looked at me. I started to hide behind Kakashi, but then I stopped myself. I wouldn't show fear. I stood I stood back at Kakashi's side as the Hokage got up and walked around his desk. Hold up, water break. Okay, good. Nice water. Good water. Kakashi, who's this? He asked, obviously Kakashi, who's this? He asked, obviously amusement in his voice. His name is Akira. My name is Akira. and I can introduce myself. The Hokage chuckled. Huh, Kakashi, where'd you find him? He's got quite the backbone. I know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I found him near the gate. He doesn't belong to this village, so I brought him here. After much fuss, he said he was lost. Where are you from, little boy? I prefer not to go much into detail on the past. The Hokage looked over me. I see. Well, it will be difficult for those in our village to trust you if you don't reveal your past, but I'm sure you'll get by. Hey, what village am I in? I asked hesitantly. You are in Kahona, the land of fire. Kahona? But that's 4 days of travel, I mumbled to myself. How long it had been since I left? 3 days? Maybe it had been 4. Then again, I was running. Does walking add an extra day of travel? Lord Hokage, we came to you to ask if Akira could stay in the village. He doesn't seem to have anywhere else to go. That'll be fine. He'll be a permanent addition to the village then. What? No, I just need a visitor's permit or something. I'll be leaving in a few days. The Hokage walked back to his desk. You said you have nowhere to go. Yeah? And judging how you look and the way you avoid your past, you have nowhere to return to. I suppose that's true. Then until you find a home suitable for you, you are welcome to call Kahona your home. Your village is really relaxed with strangers, isn't it? He chuckled. Not exactly, which is why he turned his gaze to Kakashi. Seeing as he needs supervision, he'll stay with you, Kakashi. What? We both yelled. Lord Hokage, I can't take care of this kid. No way I'm staying with this pervert, I said in turn. Hokage raised an eyebrow at me before turning to Kakashi with an amused look on his face. He knows about the books, I assume. Books? There are books? What books? You were reading one while you were carrying me, weren't you? I pointed an accusing finger at him. You're a terrible person. Kakashi sighed. He didn't know until now. The Hokage laughed at the end of the scene. All right, that's enough. That's enough, both of you. Akira is staying with Kakashi. Kakashi, this is an order. Good luck. I want to see Akira in either the academy or the civilian school tomorrow, and I want to see him at the end of his day. Yes, Lord Hokage. You know, it's weird, but I expected the Hokage to be some super strong person, but he's old. All I see is some smart, laughing old guy in funny clothes and a funny hat. What a weird leader. Apologize to him. Kakashi looked appalled. Apologize to him. Kakashi looked appalled at what I said about their leader. No, why should I? I only spoke the truth. That's all I see until proven otherwise. That's how it is. He gave you permission to stay in this village. You should be more respectful. Yeah, but he's way too laid back about it. There was no security check, no questionnaires, nothing. It's so weird. Kakashi took in a weird breath, about to continue his rant when the Hokage intervened. It's all right, Kakashi. He's quite a handful, isn't he? I'll let it go this once. But Akira, from now on, call me Hokage. Also show respect to Iruka tomorrow, all right? I make no promises, but I'll try for this Iruka person. Bye, Gramps, I said with a lopsided grin as I grabbed Kakashi's hand and walked out the door. Hokage's POV. All right? Oh, God, my foot might be going dead right now. I was sitting on it for too long. Water? Hokage's point of view. That child is going to drive Kakashi crazy. Possibly along the whole village. I can see him becoming good friends with Naruto, though. But where is he from and why is he here? I'll have to keep a close eye on him and make sure the neighboring countries are keeping to themselves. Ah, well, he may be a handful, but there's something about him. I wonder what it'll be like in the future. Maybe if he enjoys his stay, we'll find out. I I puffed on my pipe, smiling at the thought. My face fell as a frightening thought crossed through my mind. He managed to get through the barrier without even trying. In fact, it would seem he's unaware that there even was a barrier. I chewed on my pipe. Kashi was right. This calls for some precautions. Whoa. Okay. I guess I just glossed over this fact that there was a barrier and Akira walked through it. Mary Sue much? Maybe? I have no idea if it's like a thing that would be Mary Sue-ish, but anyway, yeah. So anyway, let us go over the pros and cons, like always. So, pros. This is definitely a way more comedic episode. Yeah, this had nice comedy, you know. It was pretty funny at times. Also, I liked the character interaction, yeah. The whole talking back and forth between Kakashi and Kira was pretty nice. And, however, well, of course, there was a few spelling errors, as you can see I noticed. Also, there's one, also not only that, okay, so now cons, there were some spelling errors, of course. Also, like I just mentioned, I felt kind of Mary Sue-ish for him to just cross through through the border. You know? I'm sure there was something else, but it's not coming to my mind right now. Anyway, yeah. This was average. 6.1 out of 10 chapter. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's all there is for Wattpad reviews today. However, before I go, I'd like to talk about something serious for a bit. So yeah, it's related to the Smash community. So I think I learned yesterday that a few very famous competitive players were called out for being sexual predators. And I'd just like to say, anyone who was like affected by, anyone who was affected in this whole mess, you have my blessings. Anyway, that was Wattpad Reviews. I'm Mr. Wiki, and hee ho. Damn.